Gavyayaha imang stavam bhagavato Vishnor vyasena kirtitam patedya ichet purusha shreya praptum sukhani cha Vishveshwaramajam devam jagata prabhavapyayam bhajanti ye pushkaraksham nateyamti parabhavam Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Very nice. Yeah. Now this one verse, Samavarto Nivrittatma Durjayo Duratikramaha Durlabho Durgamo Durgo Duravaso Durariha. Durariha means that serving Krishna is very difficult. But he helps the devotees by crushing their enemies. And the enemies, the chief, the general, the leader of the enemies is lust. Durariha. So we see this many times in the lives of devotees, that he takes away their object of lust. If they have some habit, some attachment, some lusty desires or activities, he arranges to take that away. So the devotee then has to take full shelter of him alone. And this is the Lord's kindness. This is his mercy. This is his help. This is how he helps us come closer to him. Because when we actually love Krishna, this theme is coming up again and again, then we have no desire for the so-called love of this material world, which is actually just lust. Rubbing bodies together, I mean, what kind of love is that? And then when it's over, you feel so icky and like, why did I do that? This is a wonderful verse. Durjayo, he's invincible. Durjayo, Jaya means victory. It's very difficult to win victory, but he can be won by devotional service. Devotional service is even more transcendentally powerful than Krishna himself. Duratikrama. No one can ignore his order. Krishna says, you will go in the material world and suffer birth and death in the three modes of material nature. And nobody can say, no, I'm not going to go. Or if he says, no, now you stop this nonsense and surrender to me and serve me. And then nobody can say no. He will take away one by one all the devotees' attachments. Durlabha. He is attained only by the most difficult to practice path of devotional service. Devotional service is very difficult. You have to give up so many things and you have to take up so many things. You have to learn so many things. It's not easy. And the things that we learn are very hard on our false ego. We think, oh, I am very intelligent, I am very strong, and so on and so forth. And then we come in contact with Krishna and we start reading Srimad Bhagavatam and we can't even get through one verse. Our mind, our intelligence is stunned by the amazing intelligence of Krishna. And Durgama, he is understood by the difficult study of Upanishads and Vedanta. Durgama. If you ever try to read these books, they're very, very high. They're ontological studies. We never get tired of pointing this out. The bona fide Vedic scriptures are highly ontological in nature. What does that mean? That means they define many categories of existence that are beyond the material nature. Unless you understand this, you cannot fully appreciate the meaning of the Vedic literature. If you take it as just another mythology or just another religious book or just another story about the ancient past or things that people did or said, you misunderstand it completely. Yes, it has that level of meaning, but it has a higher level of meaning because the terms used to describe these pastimes are all transcendental sound vibrations. So we have to extend your ontology. Extend and embrace. Extend your ontology to embrace these transcendental shades of meaning of the Shastra. And Durga, he is glorified by the hymns of the Samaveda, which are difficult to sing. They have to be sung just in a certain way, certain intonation, certain rhythm. We're studying that when we study these names. Because within the names, within the shlokas, is every possible combination of rhythms and sounds in this meter, this Anushtup meter that this is written in. Duravasa. When one follows the difficult path of surrendering to him, he becomes willing to reside in one's heart. Actually, he's already there. It's just that we're unconscious. We're asleep and dreaming. Oh, I'm going to enjoy material life. But it never really happens. So this material world is like a post-dated check. What happens if you sell something and you accept a post-dated check? Yes, I promise, 1 week from today, the funds will be there. Now give me the car. You think we're ever going to see that rascal again? No. It's cheating business. So the material world is like that. The material world is always cheating business. Oh, I promise this, I promise love forever, blah, blah, blah. And then the least little thing that happens, and the whole thing is disturbed and it falls apart. This is material life. We all experience this. So the Lord's kindness then is that he takes all this nonsense, lusty desire away, and then we have to follow his instruction. Sarvadharman prityaja mam ekang sharanam vraja. Give up all these different kinds of religion and just surrender unto me, Krishna says. Sarva papebhyo mokshayashyami. He says, I will deliver you from all these sinful reactions. Ma shuchaha. Don't worry. Don't worry. Have confidence. Have strength. Remain determined in devotional service, and you will reach this high platform that is actually the minimum. The minimum. Just to get to Vaikuntha, you have to become so detached, so surrendered, so pure. All these good qualities you have to develop. Then just you can get to Vaikuntha. But if you want to the real thing, then you should develop spontaneous devotional service in love. Yeah, that's even better. So how do we do that? Well, we're going to read from Nectar of Devotion, chapter 13, 5 potent forms of devotional service. Rupa Goswami has stated that 5 kinds of devotional activities, namely residing in matra, worshipping the deity of the Lord, reciting Srimad Bhagavatam, serving a devotee, and chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, are so potent that a small attachment for any one of these 5 items can arouse devotional ecstasy even in a neophyte. Wow. So Rupa Goswami here is giving the key. He's giving the secret. How do you become advanced? If you have some taste, if you have a little attachment. Attachment requires taste. Like if I'm attached to a particular dish, because I like the flavor, I like the taste. So yeah, I love that. I like that tomato soup that you made today. That's really good. I don't know why, it just appeals to my taste. See, there's no reason for taste. Taste is something that comes from inside. Oh, I like this, I like that. So if you have a taste, spontaneous taste, for the residing in matra, worshipping the deity, reciting Srimad Bhagavatam, serving a devotee, or chanting Mahamantra, then this is very fortunate. This will take you home. Regarding worship of the form of the Lord or deity, Rupa Goswami has written the following verse. My dear friend, If you still have any desire to enjoy the company of your friends within this material world, then don't look upon the form of Krishna, who is standing on the bank of Keshi Ghat, a bathing place in Vrindavan. He is known as Govinda, and his eyes are very enchanting. He is playing upon his flute, and on his head there is a peacock feather, and his whole body is illuminated by the moonlight in the sky. Now, what a nice scene. Huh? Yeah, so if you really want to enjoy this material world, don't go searching out Krishna. That will ruin everything. The purport of this verse is that if someone becomes attached to the Sri Murti, or the deity of Krishna, by worshipping at home, then he will forget his relationships of so-called friendship, love, and society.